Shooting Blanks Wrestling Report.
Other business news, WWE officially made it official that there will not be a WWE 2K21 game this year. Last year's game obviously was panned by critics. It was panned by everyone. It was a disaster. But there is a new WWE video game that's planned to be released later this year, but they didn't confirm what that was.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You would think after video games take, a significant amount of time, and from the development standpoint, it's a tremendous amount of work on that end, those people that are involved in that. From a talent standpoint, it's unfortunate, even though the checks, and we've talked about it when David Starr was on the show, and I know my time there, I never got one good payday from a video game. And by good, because there's someone who, $11,000, fantastic. No, it's not in the grand scheme of things. You don't know how long your career is going to be and what other people make for video games and what the pay was based off their revenue. It was horrible. And it's cool to be part of a video game, but those video games, that money is very, very little, and with taxes and everything, it sucks. Talent are missing out on it, like just a $11,000, $12,000 check. Maybe it's gone up a little, maybe it hasn't, based off what I heard with the NXT or the 205 Live guys, 2,800, which I'd had other people confirm that's very low. And I don't know what. I'm sure some of the top guys are making more on it, but they need to fix the game. And I wish my favorite games were those the Nintendo 64. WCW, NWO Revenge, the WWE WrestleMania, with that game engine, I remember my friends and I would come over, we'd play together, and that was like the only real games. And even the first WCW, there was another WCW game before the WCW, NWO Revenge, and I wish, I don't know if that was THQ.
That might have been back then. Yeah.
If I'm not, maybe I'm wrong on that, but that's back when I was involved with gaming. And I think AEW has talked about that. If they can land that would be huge. Which Cody's very in with the video game. Mm-hmm. Like Cody is a video gamer. Omega and those guys, the Bucks, they would be. I feel like they have a better opportunity to really do a better quality video game than WWE, because they're inside the wrestling world and they understand it, where like Vince and Hunter don't understand the video game world, and they're having outside people do it. I feel like it's that AEW could have an advantage of that, and there's a lot of variables that go into it, but it's unfortunate for the talent that they're going to miss a payday, small payday, but a payday nonetheless.
Yeah. Did you see any fluctuations in the video game pay while you were there, or was it pretty much consistent?
No, it started so. What happened was that company went bankrupt my first year, the first video game, where they gave us a speech and they had Cena speak up and saying, guys, we all got to stick together on this. This is, even though the company made money on it, and that was their way of fucking the talent, and they never changed it because none of the talent, they realized they had us. This generation won't, there's nothing, they've groomed it in such a way that you can't, if you do speak up, they'll just plug somebody else in. So you take what you take what they give you, and that's it. And if you ask questions, it's going to hurt you. So, and they never adjusted it outside of that. It was always in that $11,000, $12,000 range.
Cody Rhodes, he did say during a recent Q&A that the AEW video game is something that they're taking their time on. They want to make sure it's done right. So it's doesn't sound like it'll be anytime soon, but they're working on it.
Yeah, and that underground basement, I know that when I had Enzo on the podcast, he's involved with it. They're working on the independent game with independent wrestlers and people, and the guy, they'd contacted me, and I was like, that sounds really, really promising, and I like the way they're possibly going to do it, but they had no idea when they were going to launch the game. I'm like, well, I'm not signing on to anything unless I know what the game is, and the pay structure on it's based off downloads. Cool, I understand that, but it's one of those things that you got to wait and see if it comes to fruition, because it's very complicated. There's a lot of things that get involved in making a video game, and Cody, they have the right approach. Do it the right way. I don't care if it takes another year. Do it the right way. Smart move.
Yeah, that'll be interesting, that indie video game, because some of my favorite wrestling games were not affiliated with any company. I don't know if you remember I'm going to sound old as hell here, but Pro Wrestling on the NES.
Yes.
We had King Slender and Starman. Yeah.
That was my game growing up.
Spider Hayabusa.
Yes.
That was awesome. then there was an
Starman was my
arcade
go-to.
game. There was an arcade game called The Main Event, which was just awesome. But anyway,
Yo, thank you guys for watching Ryback TV. If you could check out my Shooting Blanks Wrestling Report every Monday on all podcast platforms, Conversation with the Big Guy Ryback every Thursday morning on all podcast platforms, and Feed Me More Nutrition, my personal supplement line, available on feedmemore.com and Amazon. Save 10% with discount code YouTube10 and save stupid. Why couldn't you? Almost had it. I almost had the whole video done in one take. New customers, you can save 20% with discount code new customer on feedmemore.com. Get hungry, stay hungry, feed me more.